All right, start of the new week, and Bitcoin's already moving. Not that it was unexpected. We did have a red 9 on the TD sequential. I marked the bottom there. Price does not necessarily have to come back and retest this, but if it does, it wouldn't be unexpected. But right now, I mean, this could be the cycle, the mid-cycle bottom. We did have price go a little bit lower back in right around mid-May. That was right at 30,000 if you're trading off of Coinbase. So where can we expect just off of the TD sequential? Where can we rally to? So we have a 1 to 4 candle correction, and then we would either have some good metrics on some indicators showing that we could go higher, or we're going to go back down. So where can we go? So we closed here, and we're going to count uh, price tar- uh, four price movements up. So it's 1, 2, 3. So the low would be right here. The low of this 5, we should get some resistance. So that's at 43,825. So somewhere around there, if we can rally into that, we could expect some resistance. So right around there. So say 43.8. Now going off of the daily, we're sitting here at resistance. This was a reversal candle. Like I had said, we had the CMF had been going up. We did have it kind of go, we had a little bit of sell off here on the 12th, but then we had a good day. Um, that was just yesterday. So, I mean, a couple of hours ago because the new day started. And what I want to highlight too, so the 4 hour CMF looks good. I do know that the funding rates have stayed negative, so the market was net short. That's actually good as well. Still negative on the daily and on the weekly. Also, it's been trending down. So as far as more shorts are being opened, so that's actually good. This is a counter. We counter trade this, so this is actually good. As long as as long as the market stays stubborn and short, these can get liquidated. They'll be forced to close their positions, leading to calls. They're going to get called in their positions. They have to buy at spot, and then that's going to drive the price up. So that can be one aspect of driving the price up. Now we do have a 6. We can top out on a 6, but what I want to show on the 4 hour. So we're here at this 9. We're getting resistance here. We had the So we have this. This is a general area of resistance. So just based off of TD sequential. So can I look at Ichimoku cloud and see if there's resistance there? No, we broke through that cloud on the daily. Is there anything there? No, not really. I thought we would be much higher. I thought price could rally up into this cross here at around 46. Can we still do that within like 3 or 4 days? We could, um, but I don't think it's likely. So, but what I wanted to show on the 4 hour is this. So we have a cup and handle pattern. So I can draw that out here, here, and then here's the handle. Somewhere around right there. So what's our targets? So our initial target is the handle part. Somewhere right around here. So our initial target is right around 40, say like between 40.5 and like 40.8, somewhere around there. And then the full term target for this cup and handle is right here, somewhere around say 44,000, right? So that's 2 areas of interest that we should I'll keep this marked for right now. So there's our cup and handle. We had a breakout. We had a close. Everything looks good. Let's look at our RSI, see if we're overbought or oversold. We are close to being oversold, but we've broken above this area. And as long as our CMF is trending up with price, it's a little bit. Oh man, I wish this was higher. And we're getting some bearish divergence on this chart. As price is going higher, we're getting a lower indicator, but our RSI is kind of counter to that. On balance volume, oh man, it's just pretty much flat. I would have liked to see this go up. I mean, I can kind of zoom in. Yeah, so you can definitely see that this is a resistance area. We need this on balance volume to go up. It's trending down again. Let's look at it on the weekly. Weekly, it's pretty, sideways. Let's look at. Did I look at the CMF on the weekly? CMF on the weekly bounced. That needs upward momentum. That's just showing you a bounce. Here, we're still in the general trend up, which is good. 4 hour, like I said, we're getting some bearish divergence. But this is resistance, so we could consolidate here for a little while. We could get a red one, which would be retesting this 9 area. And if that consolidates with our CMF going up, and with this RSI kind of being up at this upper 70, this could catapult us up to 41, 42, and then we will have to see. Because I do still think we're still are going to take any bit of 3 to 4 months to recover back to previous all-time highs. So that would be August or September. So no more than August or September, I think we would be back to previous all-time highs. If I'm just looking at this optimistically, I don't. As far as what I'm giving you is just a scenario. So if we can rally back up to previous all-time highs, I think that's going to take 3 to 4 months. So let's look at our moving averages, because on that we would have been exited, right? So have they started turning on the weekly yet? Let me hide this cup and handle just for right now, just so that it's not in our way. Okay, so what are we seeing? We saw, okay, so it bottomed out here. Even though we had this 9, our moving averages are starting to turn up. So we still have an upward trend in 30 MA. Our short term is starting to trend up. Our intermediate's going to take a little bit longer to start to level out. I mean, we could get across back below, but I just think it would be a consolidation area. So yeah, could we get in this area right here, 42, 43, and then have a pullback back to the 40 area? I think that's definitely possible. But as far as the beginning of the week goes, I mean, this is good. We're getting good movement. Our CMF is, had been trending up for the past couple of days, which showed that we would definitely get a price move. Let's look at the hourly real quick. Not the 2 hour, the hourly. So our hourly, oh wow, look at that. Our hourly's on a 9, ironically. So we hit the 6. Like I said, we could top in a 6. We had the 9. Now we're consolidating. Let's see if the CMF. What's the CMF doing? CMF is finding some support. We probably went oversold on the RSI. If this starts to consolidate also sideways with price and go up and then break this, we're probably going to get higher price. I mean, this is a reversal candle, but this did retest the TD9. Yeah, it did. So let's look at our unbalanced volume just real quick. Let's look at our RSI. No, not the pi cycle average. Let's look at our unbalanced volume and our RSI real quick. And unbalanced volume is going up, which we just broke this resistance, which that's good. RSI, we're above 70. This needs to also go higher to show upward momentum. Our 5 is our reversal. I mean, we know everything's lining up right here, that this is, we knew that we were going to get some resistance here. We do have that. We did get a breakout of our cup and handle. But like I said, this RSI needs to go up. This on-balance volume continues to go up. And the CMF also needs to continue to go up, rather than show this bullish divergence. So, I mean, that looks okay. I mean, it's a little bit maybe like neutral bullish, though hourly is consolidating. Our CMF's coming down. The on-balance volume looks good. RSI needs to go higher. But I think we'll probably get a upward movement, and then we could maybe find some new resistance area, or support area, I mean. And that could very well be right here. But that's pretty much where we're at. So yeah, this is even all the way back here. So this is definitely a... Okay, so there's some 9s here that didn't get retail. I usually don't mark them on the hourly, but... so this area right here, 40 and then 41. So between, say, 40.5 and 40.8 could be another area of resistance. So we could move up to 40.5, 40.8, almost 41 within the next, say, couple of hours or half day, and then see a sell-off back down to the breakout area, which is right around 40. So not a large move. What would the move be from here? Let's see. The move from here would be, like 4%, and then we could drop 4%. all within a time frame of, say, the next 6 to 12 hours, something like that. Because we're definitely going to, I think we're definitely going to consolidate here because we're getting this bullish divergence. And the RSI is also on the upper end of 70. Let's look at the hash ribbons. I know we haven't fully recovered yet. I do know that there was, let's see if I can find it real quick on BCT Times. There was another province where China had shut down or basically outlawed, made it illegal for mining to happen, but that province was actually like 90% renewable. So it was like 90%. What was the form? It wasn't solar. It was, I think it was hydroelectric. It was a dam area, and it was, so it's not, it wasn't really about being energy efficient. I don't know what China's doing, but that province was 90% renewable. So, and then also, if you can see this real quick, there was a tweet Elon Musk earlier today, I guess around like 11 or 12, had said that if they see that that miners are starting to mine with at least 50% renewables, that Tesla will start to accept Bitcoin again. But the network is more than 50%. I think it was somewhere, the last time I looked in the reports that I read, somewhere around 70% of the network is already on renewables. So now, did that affect price? Everyone always tries to find a narrative or a reason why, and I'm going to say no, because even before Elon tweeted that, like an hour and a half or 2 hours before that, well, we were consolidating. I think that was right around 12. So, I mean, it did move up in that hour, but did it move up? So that's, hold on, I'm looking for 11. What's today's date? 13th. Looking for 11. Here was the move. I'm looking at a smaller time frame. Yeah, so it started moving right when the hour opened, and it pretty much mellowed out. And even after he tweeted, it didn't really matter. We did have another push about 2 to 3 hours later. So everyone loves to find the narrative. Oh, Bitcoin went up because of this. No, it had already moved up before that tweet came out. So consolidating. Bullish divergence on the hourly from the CMF. 1 to 4 candle correction. Possibly we could go as high as 43,825, and that would be an area of interest, to say between 43.5 and 44. We could see within the next 6 to 12 hours somewhere between 40.5 and 40.8, and then possibly a retest from the breakout, which would be right here, right around 40. So we could see plus or minus, say 3 to, I don't know, 8%. This within the next couple of days. I did say for the week last week that I was expecting plus or minus 5, no more than 5%. We got a big upward movement towards the end. But hey, I mean, these are all just projections. I'm off by a little bit, but I mean, where did we move on the downside? I think it was also a little bit more. We opened basically here, and what was the downward movement? The downward movement was 13%, which is significant. So yeah, maybe that call wasn't so great, but still not worried about it. We're at resistance. You could have seen this and kind of expected it from this old TD9 that didn't get retested exactly. It was off by $4, but hey, that's still a good area to mark as resistance. And you can see, even though that was all the way back on the 3rd, 10 days later, that's still showing you that that's area where there was exhaustion. People possibly got in, it sold off. Now they're there. Maybe they're breaking even and they're selling off, and that would be confirmed by the CMF, and it essentially is, because we're getting this bearish divergence showing that as price started to rise, there was more selling. Yeah, so there's more selling right here, right? This is when it started to turn, and that's where we see price resistance. So that all worked out. Anything else? I mean, this is the beginning of the week. We can look at gold, even though we had those big inflation numbers as a whole. Man, it's not good. It doesn't look, for the week, it's down. That's not good. It's already down 0.6%. What's silver doing? Silver's on the 9, but it's doing a little bit better than gold. It's down about half of what gold is. But that doesn't mean we can't have a big week here. As you can obviously see, this is big resistance. We're printing a new 9. I would have loved for this to close above the high of this 9. It didn't. Can this 9 close above that? It can, but it's still kind of like indecisive with respect to the TD sequential, because we could see some consolidation. We could see some more retest of the breakout area. That's pretty much where we've been. Where it broke out, this trading channel 2753 has just been finding support here. RSI is just going sideways. I can maybe look at the ETF or the trust to see what the CMF has been doing to get an idea of what sellers. Yeah, so there's like a cup and handle here, kind of. I mean, not really. This candle's an outlier, but here's resistance area. This is on an 8. Well, it's the day hasn't opened. This hasn't been trading yet, but this is going to be a 9. The CMF here, I mean, that's bearish because the CMF would have been much higher here. That probably would have been better for a breakout area, but it's not happening. Let's look at it on the daily. Daily, it was trending down. That's probably going to, this area right here is going to be a support area. If it does start to sell off, it can go all the way back down to 22. That would be a larger sell-off for silver in general. Let's look at the silver chart just to kind of compare the two. So yeah, right here. So $24, that'd be below this breakout area. So yeah, there's a little bit of indecision here in the market, and the CMF on the silver trust doesn't look great. So we could get another boring week for gold and silver. Maybe we see a little bit of volatility, but I would say that unless we get some good consolidation for at least 2 to 3 weeks, we just need to break out of this area. And I think if we have it to where it can close the weekly above 27.93, say, then that would be good. It couldn't do it here. It was close, but it missed it by about 4 cents. So, yep, I think that's about it. I didn't see any suggestions or requests to look at any other currency, any other crypto. I'm not going to spend any time on that, just kind of Bitcoin. We can look at stock to flow. Stock to flow is at 471 right now. That puts us at a price, where, the bottom end of the model would be right around 33.7. So yeah, just consolidating. We got some moving averages, multiple bands. We're kind of just in between these two bands, this kind of bearish area of the graph. I would love for it to break back above this, but we'll see what happens. Price projection, we can look at cycle repeat. Again, just something nice to look at. That's saying we're out of the woods. We're still going to top out around 339. We should see a break back above the 200 MA. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Hash rate. Oh, did I look at the hash ribbons? Maybe. I don't remember if I did. Hash ribbons are, like I said, there was a province in China that had outlawed or made it illegal to mine. On the 7-day moving average, it's kind of flattened out. Raw values, you can see here. I mean, that happened within the last couple of days. So that's hash rate going down, and then now it's kind of recovered, but then it's going down. So we're not going to get a buy here until this hash rate really starts to recover, because this hash ribbon is based off of the 30 and 60 moving averages for the hash rate, and then the buy indicator also signals whenever you have the 10 MA on the daily and the 20 cross, and I think those are crossed, but our hash, they're consolidating. So maybe in the next couple of days they could, but that's not going to signal a buy until our hash rate recovers, and that's going to take a while, probably 3 to 4 months, like I've been saying. So look at what did I say? August, September. Yeah, August, September. So maybe a month before that, maybe July. No, I would still say August, somewhere around August, beginning of August, end of July, maybe, that this hash ribbon gives you a signal to buy, unless hash rate quickly starts to come back online, like very quickly. Like these raw values start to, just surpass the all-time highs within the next like week. But the hash ribbons, which has been a good signal to buy, very often, it is like you get this signal and it's like throw everything you got in. We haven't really got that yet, so we'll wait and see. I'll do one last thing and look at the Pi cycle moving average, and that is that's diverging a lot, which is I guess is kind of good because man, this thing's it's on the money. It's got the top within 5 days. Even here, if you discounted it, it got the top within 5 days. So the next time it gets the top, that could be the cycle high. We could be well above 100,000. We can look at Willy Woo's price model real quick. That's at 151. Mayor multiple bands are at the upper end is flattening out right around 190, and cycle repeat is saying, I mean, stock to flow is still, anywhere between 100 and say 300 because you have the cross asset model, which is around 250,000. So just say anywhere between 100 and 300. But next time this crosses, I would say pay attention to it because that could be a very, very good time to get out if you're trying to pick the cycle top for this cycle. So thanks for watching.